In September 2025, Bob and I set out on our second Camino Francés with a new goal: to slow down. We plan to average just over 10 miles a day and savor the walk. In this video, we'll cover our journey from Burgos to Castrojeriz, the stretch where pilgrims begin to enter the legendary Meseta. Traditional Camino guides cover this route in 2 days. On our slow Camino, we took 3. Somewhere along this stretch, you'll step onto the Meseta, Spain's wide-open plains, the land of endless skies, wheat fields, and long horizons. Depending on who you ask, the Meseta starts just after Burgos, or it doesn't truly begin until Castrojeriz. Either way, by the end of this video, we'll most definitely be on it. Looking at the map, the entire light-colored region across central Spain is largely the Meseta, a vast high plateau that defines some of the longest and most exposed days on the Camino. For day 17, we walked 11 kilometers or 6.8 miles from Burgos to Rabé de las Calzadas. Before leaving Burgos, we made one last stop inside the cathedral at the breathtaking Capilla del Condestable. Built in the late 1400s as a private chapel for one of Castile's most powerful families, it feels less like a side chapel and more like a cathedral within a cathedral: soaring stonework, dramatic light, and intricate carvings in every direction. The Camino Francés is often described in 3 phases: body, mind, and soul. Burgos marks the end of the body stage, where your muscles adapt and your stride strengthens. From here you enter the mind phase, where the long, open stretches of the Meseta challenge you mentally as much as physically. Normally, the Camino exits Burgos through the Parque del Castillo, but construction had it completely closed.
Okay, here we are leaving Burgos, day 20 of walking, Day 17 of walking, September 20. This is we're leaving town in the movie way. It's all blocked off, so we're sad about that. Where are we going today, Lynn?
We're going to Rabé de las Calzadas. It's just a short 8-mile or 12.8 kilometer walk, so also very exciting.
What's not exciting again is our one of our favorite spots on the way is all blocked off for restoration. Maybe next time. Buen Camino.
Buen Camino.
Once outside the city, the Camino follows a peaceful trail popular with local joggers. We crossed highways, passed under overpasses, and eventually followed the river into Tardajos. From there, it was just 1.7 kilometers, a little over a mile, into Rabé de las Calzadas, our home for the night. Rabé is one of those small Camino villages that feels absolutely built for pilgrims. We checked into our hostel, enjoyed a cold cerveza, and wandered through town where a local festival was already underway. Children in costumes filled the streets, and a stage was being set up for music and dancing later that evening. We walked to the edge of town, hoping to visit the Ermita de Nuestra Señora de Monasterio, an emotional stop for me in 2023 when the nuns gave us medals and a hug. Unfortunately, this time the doors were closed. On day 18, we walked 18.2 kilometers, or about 11.3 miles, through the wide open fields from Rabé de las Calzadas to Hontanas. We headed out early, hoping once again to catch the nuns, but we were too early. Today's terrain was a classic Meseta preview, or just classic Meseta. Endless harvested wheat fields, tall sunflowers, and windmills under dramatic shifting skies. There are noticeably more wind farms across this region than when we walked in 2023, part of Spain's massive renewable energy expansion, especially across Castilla y León. We took a break at the Santiago cross near Hornillos del Camino, stopping to soak in the wide-open landscape that seems to stretch forever in every direction. In Hornillos, we stopped for breakfast at Casa Manola, a lively bar filled with rock and roll decorations, cold drinks, great music, and an excellent chocolate torte. Yes, I had chocolate cake for breakfast. No regrets. The small rooster fountain in Hornillos carries Camino symbolism, a sign of awakening, renewal, and the start of another pilgrim day. Leaving town, the farmland grew buggier than expected, so we paused for a round of bug spray before continuing. Out on the open plains stands a lone iron cross, not medieval, but a modern Camino marker placed as a quiet moment of reflection on one of the most exposed stretches of the walk. The approach to Hontanas is memorable. The village is tucked into a hidden valley, completely invisible until the final descent. On the way in, we pass the Ermita de Santa Brigida, a tiny countryside hermitage dedicated to the patron saint of healing and travelers. Hontanas has an incredible pilgrim vibe. Tables lining the main street filled with walkers resting and laughing. We went straight into the Iglesia de Immaculate Conception while it was still open. We've learned that if you see a church open on the Camino, you stop immediately because it might be your only chance. At the back of the church, a simple display of Bibles in many different languages quietly reflects just how international the Camino truly is. Dinner was a decadent meat and cheese plate with croquettes, followed by a lively evening of card games with fellow pilgrims, one of those nights that becomes a lasting Camino memory. Day 19 took us just 8.9 kilometers or 5.5 miles from Hontanas to Castrojeriz. After a late night of cards, there was no sunrise departure for us. It was a cold morning with hints of frost on the ground. The high was forecast at around 19 degrees Celsius or 67 Fahrenheit. Perfect walking weather. Just outside Hontanas, we passed one of Bob's favorite ruins, the Torre de Franceses.
Hola, buenos dias. It's September 22nd, day 19 of walking.
Correct.
Right behind us, one of our favorite ruins, or at least mine anyways, on the Camino. It's fun to see it again. It's all the same. It's just the corner of some structure, cathedral, castle, who knows, but there's just a little bit of it left. Obviously, all the stone's been pilfered for other places. Got a super short day today, under 6 miles, so we're just having a nice little stroll. We got another good ruin coming up. What else did?
It's cold. It's cold this morning.
Yeah, frost on the ground this morning, so it's okay.
Yeah, no problem. No problem with the movement.
Buen Camino.
Buen Camino.
Just beyond the ruins, the Camino meets the Rio Odra, a rare ribbon of green after the long, open, dry plains. Soon after, we reach the iconic ruins of the Monastery of San Antón, founded in the 12th century and one of the Camino's most important pilgrim hospitals. The monks of the Order of St. Anthony treated pilgrims suffering from St. Anthony's fire, a devastating illness caused by poisoned grain. Abandoned after wars and centuries of collapse, only the stone shell remains, but today the Camino passes straight through its heart. Amazingly, you can still stay inside the ruins today. This donation-based first-come, first-served albergue offers just 12 bunk beds inside the ancient stone walls. There's no electricity and no hot water, only cold showers, candlelight, communal meals, and a total disconnect from modern life. We, however, are not that tough. We did not stay there. From San Antón, Castrojeriz finally appears in the distance, just 2 kilometers, a little over a mile away. Above the town, the ruins of its medieval castle still watch over the Camino. Entering town, we stopped at Santa Maria del Manzano, the Church of Our Lady of the Apple Tree. Founded in the Middle Ages, it's dedicated to the town's patron saint, whose image was said to be found inside a hollow apple tree. Today it still functions as a church, but feels like a small museum, quietly preserving centuries of Camino history at the town gate. Castrojeriz stretches long and narrow along the base of the hill, with side streets that climb sharply upward, often as staircases more than roads. A frontier town since the Middle Ages, it rose to importance during the Christian Reconquest. By the 11th and 12th centuries, it had become one of the most important Camino towns on the Meseta, filled with churches, hospitals, and royal support for pilgrims. We found our casa rural, picked up snacks, had dinner, and called it a day, ready for another serious climb first thing the next morning. Thanks so much for following along on our slow Camino. In the next video, we continue from Castrojeriz to Sahagún, the halfway point of the Camino Francés. Until then, buen Camino.